This one falls under the category of completely goddamned inscrutable. Yes, they truly are this stupid. They swabbed my ass and it came back positive. I've got climate change. Some of you right-wingers out there, y'all are just playing Mad Libs with fucking terms, right? Like, there's no actual point being made here. There's no actual setup. There's no actual punchline. It's just blah, 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 liberal buzzword. Blah, 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 climate change. Blah, 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 woke. Blah, 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 DEI. Like, it doesn't even make fucking sense. You're not even trying to make a point. It's not satirical. It's not parody. It's just goddamn nonsense. Okay. All needs to be said about that, right? This one, okay. Yeah, her butt has climate change. I don't know, man. So, there's a lot of talk about kids identifying as cats or dogs. Furries, they call them. Right off the bat, wrong. Furries do not identify as cats and dogs. You're thinking of otherkin, totally separate group of people. I guess that there is like a Venn diagram of overlap between the two communities, but furries do not think that they're actually the animals. They know that they're people who just like to dress up as like particular animals. You're thinking of otherkin or Therians or whatever. Totally different group. Imagine, if you can, that one of your kids told you they thought they were a cat. Sitting at supper table, son says, "Dad, I think I'm a cat." Dad, "No, son, you're a boy." Son, "No, Dad, some of my friends at school identify as cats. They call themselves furries, and so do I. It's my right, and you can't do anything about it." Dad contemplates. Okay. Son, "Hey, where's my supper?" Dad, "Your supper is in the cat food bowl in the corner. Now get off the table, you mangy cat." Son, "What?" Dad hits him with broom. "Get off the table, furball." Son, in the corner, looking bewildered. Mom, "Is that cat neutered?" Dad, "Nope." Mom, "I will make an appointment." Son, "What?" Embarrassed, shocked face. Dad, "Your mother and I have decided we don't want a house cat, so get out in the barn and hunt mice." Son, "What?" Dad brandishes broom. "Now to the barn with you, stupid cat." Son, "Dad, I think I'm a boy." Dad, "I thought so. Now sit down and eat your supper." Now that's what you call united parenting. Spay and neuter these animals. Stop them from reproducing. Today's society has enough Fruit Loops already. End of story. Guys, I know there's some right-wingers out there that still watch my videos. I am begging you motherfuckers to, like, please, please, please just, like, get comfortable with your own sexuality, because when you don't, it starts to manifest in weird motherfucking ways in your memes and your talking points, and where you're like, "I'm a naughty little kitty, and they should neuter me. They should neuter me. They should cut my balls off, and I'm not allowed on the table, and then I have to go in the barn and hunt mice like a mangy piece of shit cat. Oh yeah." But instead of just fucking accepting that weird shit about yourself, you decide you're gonna turn it into some kind of fucking political point. Post on Facebook, be like, "I'm tired of these damn crazy degenerates that think they're cats." Which, that's not even fucking happening, dipshit. Well, it is, I guess, with the other kin. But even if they fucking do think they're cats, and shit, like, so, like, is that fucking doing something to you? Does a person fucking out there in the world like, I'm a cat? Is that fucking your day up somehow, man? Someone somewhere is maybe identifying as a cat. Bastards. I bet they're in a litter box right now. Yeah, I bet that fucking naughty fucking piece of shit cat. God, I bet they're fucking. I bet they're in a fucking litter box. I bet they're just hunched over that litter box with their fucking naked ass hovering over it, and they pinch a fucking. It just makes me so mad. Okay, man. That's good, dude. Rock on. Hey, if you like this clip, you might like the full stream, which I do every Sunday, more or less, over on the Pessimist Productions Patreon, link down below. Thank you kindly. So here's a feminist. And she's looking at some movies, okay? Carousel, which I've never seen, 16 Candles, 51st Dates, From Russia with Love, The Gentleman, Porky's, Revenge of the Nerds, and Passengers. This is a fucking movie she's looking at, and she's saying to herself, these movies are misogynistic. Screw them to hell. Okay? But then that very same feminist, when she's looking at Birds of Prey and the Misandrists and Barbie and Audition and Black Christmas and A Question of Silence, she says, yay for misandry. First of all, whoever made this meme is literally just the reverse. A person who is super comfortable with misogyny, but super butthurt every time. Why does this movie hate men? Be like me. Stop giving a shit about this goddamn nonsense. You know what? I'm gonna fucking just set all you motherfuckers straight, you SJW types, and you fucking chud fucking dipshits alike. Let me just set you all straight. If a movie is misogynistic and exploits women, I don't give a fuck. If a movie is man-hating and men are shit and men are pigs, I don't give a flying motherfuck. Because you know why? At the end of the day, it's a movie. And it's made by human beings, and human beings have opinions, and those opinions will manifest in art. And they're fucking, it's fine. It's fucking goddamn fine. You want to fucking watch a movie that fucking has these elements that other people find problematic? Who gives a shit? You want to not watch those movies because you're like, the movie's a little too man-hatey for me. The movie's fucking way too misogynistic. That's your fucking choice. But please stop trying to get the whole world to care about what you're personally goddamn offended by. Unless you have some kind of cogent point about the fucking film, other than just, I don't like it because it disagrees with me, then shut your fucking stupid mouth. Please. By the way, just as like an aside, did you watch the movie Audition and think you're like supposed to side with the psycho bitch? Because the only way you could view that as a misandrist movie is if you think she's supposed to be the sympathetic character and we're supposed to like her. Like, oh, wow. See how she fucking lured that guy in and tortured him and cut his legs off and shit? Wow, base. I don't think that's the interpretation that anyone was going for with that film. So weird take. This one, new comic, but it makes a point about as old as time, especially if you've been a known atheist figure that's argued against religion. I've heard this one for fucking years and years and years. Christianity sucks. Islam sucks. Misogynistic, mad up garbage. And she's got a shirt on that says, no fear. And then this guy waves hello and says, now do Judaism. And now she's changed her shirt to say, one fear. Because people are scared to criticize Judaism. Especially these atheist types. And I used to get this all the time. People are like, why don't you ever criticize the Jews? Yeah, sure. You'll criticize the Christians. You'll criticize Islam. But how come you don't never criticize the goddamn Jews? Well, first of all, any criticism that I make of the Old Testament already applies to Jews in the fucking first place. Second of all, I've been pretty goddamn motherfucking critical of the state of Israel, but granted, that's for geopolitical reasons, not really for religious reasons. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I can deny the existence of anyone's God. I don't think the Christian God is real, the fucking Islamic God is real, or the Jewish God is real. I don't think any of them are fucking real. I think if there is, by some chance, a God or a God-like entity or entities out there somewhere, they're nothing like any human conception of them that has ever been formulated. And I very seriously doubt they take any interest in human affairs whatsoever. Therefore, yes, Judaism is just as false as those other two. And when you get to like the really strict like Hasidic Jews, they believe in just as much regressive garbage as the evangelical Christians or the fucking Islamist Muslims. So there you go. Judaism criticized. Now what? Here's a little history lesson for you. And you ladies out there really want to be paying attention to this one, eh? Penis human fight animal. Do nothing. Penis human build civilization. Do nothing. Penis human fight war. Do nothing. Penis human invent pussy napkin. Do nothing. Penis man finished with civil society. Peacetime. Equality. Oh, wow, yes. The classic tale of the little red hen. Remember the little red hen? Who will help me bake the bread? Who will help me gather the ingredients for the bread? And no one wants to help. But then when it's time to eat bread, all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of volunteers. And you know what? This is an accurate, I hate to say it, but this is an accurate portrayal of human history, dude. First of all, there's no war anymore. That's one of, I don't know if you guys knew that. War has been eradicated from the face of the earth. Thank you very much, ladies. Or you're welcome, ladies, I should have said. Penis human fight animal do nothing. Yeah, so, you know, when they look at, like anthropological records and stuff, they find that a bunch of women actually were hunters and warriors. This was not the sex delineated task that it's been presented as. I think something like almost like 30% of hunters in hunter-gatherer societies were actually women. But even if that's incorrect, and the traditional belief of women were just gathering, you know, that's still gathering, right? Like, men are hunting, women are gathering. That's probably not how it actually was, but even if it was that, women are still doing something. They're also probably looking after the children of the tribe, who are the future generation of hunters. Because when the men are off hunting, they can't really be encumbered by children. They need someone to take care of those children, right? Penis human build civilization. What the fuck does that mean? Pretty sure that everyone, you know, did something on that front. As far as fighting wars go, women were removed from that activity. But not only that, there's like biological reasons why women are less likely to be sent to war that have to do with reproduction rates. Boiled down to their fucking simplest element, it's basically that if all of the men, like let's say you have a war, 90% of the men are dead, it's very easy for the 10% that are left to rebuild the population with all the remaining women. If 90% of the women are gone, it's way harder because, you know, one guy can impregnate a lot of chicks, but one chick can only be pregnant, she can only be pregnant once, once at a time, unless she's carrying twins or triplets or something, but that's pretty fucking whatever, basic. Penis human invent pussy napkin, do nothing. I mean, she provided the blood. And then the idea that, like, well, society is finished, war has been eliminated, peace and prosperity has been ushered in, all problems are gone now, and then this fucking cunt who just fucking did nothing, who just did nothing forever, all of a sudden she wants fucking equality. What a piece of shit. Rome 2,000 years ago, Detroit today. And oh wow, look. Rome of 2,000 years ago looks so much better than Detroit of today. What's up with that? Well, first of all, that picture of Rome 2,000 years ago is a fucking painting. Okay? And that picture of Detroit today, which I don't want to cut off that whole thing there. Here we go. That picture of Detroit today that you see there, that is an actual photograph. And why would you compare one city at its absolute fucking peak to another city during its decline? You know that Rome also declined, right? Also, Rome was not all that fucking great in every regard. Like, I'll just give you one example. So, have you ever seen like a Roman public toilet? It's basically one long bench with a bunch of holes cut into it and a bunch of dudes, just sitting there and take a shit. There's no stalls dividing it or anything like that. They all just take a shit in the fucking mutual bench toilet. And then to wipe their ass, they used like a rag on a stick, and they all shared the same fucking rag. True, look it up. So this is not the great, amazing civilization you think it is. Second of all, this is like the rich part of Rome. Do you think that everyone was living in that? There was tons of people living in fucking destitution, poverty, and hovels and misery in ancient Rome, okay? So basically, you have taken an idealized version of the fucking richest part of Rome at the pinnacle of its civilization and compared it to the degraded remains of a fallen American city that, by the way, mostly fell because of the same capitalistic systems you'd probably fucking defend.